Good morning, children. Today our new lesson is lesson number 8, cell structure and its functions. So name of the lesson is cell structure and its functions. So the cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. So he is the person who coined the term cell. Robert Hooke was the person who coined the term cell. So how he coined means first he observed the cell in cork of the plant. Okay, so what is cork of plant is? Cork of plant is the, we all know, stem is softest part, soft, and when the plant grows into the tree, the soft stem becomes hard and it is covered by a hard layer. Okay, so that part is known as cork. And when this Robert Hooke observed the cork, first he observed the cells as small room like structures. That means like partition rooms, or if we see honeycomb, so in the honeycomb, the honeycomb, if we see in that rooms are present, like that he saw the cells and partition room, and he called that as partition room, and he called the name as room cell. So Robert Hooke is the scientist who discovered cell in the year 1665. He discovered in the cork of the tree, and he is the person who coined the term cell. So now, based on the cell number, organisms are divided into two types, that is, organisms may be unicellular or multicellular. So based on number, organisms may be divided into unicellular or multicellular. So what is unicellular organism and what is multicellular organism is, if an organism is containing of only one cell, such type of organisms are known as unicellular organisms. And if an organism is containing more than one cell, that means maybe 2 cells, 10 cells, 100 cells, 1000 cells, or lakh, such type of organisms are known as multicellular. So if only one cell is present, such type of organisms are known as unicellular, and if it is containing more than one cell, such type of organisms are known as multicellular. And now let's come to the, that means example of unicellular organism is amoeba. Amoeba is example of unicellular organism. And coming to multicellular organism, all the higher animals including humans also example of the multicellular. So now let's come to the shape of the cell. What is the shape of the cell? So shape of the cell means it will depend on the function it is doing. So based on the function done by the organ, cells are of different shapes. Like if we see red blood cells, RBC I am writing, red blood cells I am writing as RBC, its shape is round. Okay, if we take nerve cell, they are long and branched. Okay, if we take muscle cell, they are spindle shaped. At the same time, if we take fat cell, they are ring-like structure. So see, RBC containing cells, nerve cells are there, muscle cells are there. So here they are having different structures are there. Why it is having the different structures means all these structures are based on the function it is doing. Okay, if we take blood cell, blood circulates throughout our body. Okay, so throughout our body it should circulate easily. That's why they are round in structure. Again, coming to the nerve cell, nerves, it is located all over the body. Okay, so messages from our body, one part to brain, and from brain to the another part, which one will send the messages means transmit messages is nerve cell. So if it is round means it will take so much time, but here they are long and branched. Then coming to the spindle cell, muscle cell, spindle, then again fat cell, they are ring like structure. That means the shape of the cell, it is varying based on the function it is done by the organ. Okay. Again, coming to size of the cell. Once again I am saying, why I am saying the various shape of cell is based on the function done by the organ means, see, if we see one organ is made up of different tissues. Organ is made up of different tissues, and each tissue is made up of different, or each tissue is made up of many number of cells. Okay, so you remember these tissues. In the last we will discuss about the tissues. So we know that organ is made up of different tissues, tissue is made up of cells. So what is the function of cell? Same function will be done by the tissue, and what the tissue function done by tissue, same function will be done by the organ. That's why cells are known as the basic and structural functional unit of the life. Because if we see one organ, I am taking eye. Eye is meant for seeing. Eye is meant for sight. That means the cells which is present in eye, what the function it is having means it is meant for sight. So same function came to the eye tissue, and again from the tissue came to the organ. That means the cells which is present in eye, it is having the function of seeing. Okay. So now shape will vary on the function done by the organ. Now coming to the size. Size of cell is related to its function. Okay. So it is it may be very big cell or small cell. Its size of the cell is related to its function. If you take in bacteria, or if you take in rat, its eye also containing cells. Okay, so the size of the cell, it is also containing many number of cells. So all the cells are very small, but it is based on the function. If you take in elephant also same. So the smallest cell is the bacterial cell, which ranges from 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer, and the largest cell is ostrich egg, which measures from 170 mm into 130 mm. So now coming to the cell structure and functions. Okay, so now we saw what the function cell function means, what the organ is having, what function organ is having, same function cell also will contain. Okay, so now before studying the cell structure, let's see one more time. Tissue. What is meant by tissue? Tissue is a group of similar cells performing a specific function. That means I am having 100 number of cells, okay, or 1000 number of cells. So all the 1000 cells, they are similar in structure, and so not only structure, in function also they all are similar. All these cells together will join and will perform a specific function. If they are doing like that, such type is known as tissue. So once again I am repeating, tissue, a group of similar cells performing a specific function, is known as tissue. So now let's see its structure of the cell. So good morning children, let's continue with our lesson in which we studied in our previous class, that is cell structure and its functions. So there we stopped with the cell structure. Okay, so what is the cell structure is, coming to this cell structure, this is the cell. If you think, not think, this is the cell, this one part. Okay, not all, this one part is the cell. Okay, that means this one part, only this part is the cell, only this part is the cell. Okay, now let's see its structure, what are present inside the cell. So cell contains, normally cell contains one cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, nucleolus, and cell organelles are present in the cell. Okay, so let's see where is the cell membrane. Okay, so the outer structure, okay, see this is the outer structure. So this is the outer structure. Outer structure of the cell is called cell membrane. Okay, outer membrane of the cell is called cell membrane, and it is present only in the plant cell but not in the animal cell. Okay, and this cell membrane is the toughest part, and it is made up of cellulose. But coming to the animal cell case, okay, outer membrane will be the plasma membrane. Coming to the plant cell, outer membrane will be the cell membrane. Okay, now coming to the another part is cytoplasm. Okay, before studying about cytoplasm, let's see nucleus. Okay, so in the middle it contains a dense part known as nucleus. Okay, outer membrane is outer membrane is cell membrane, and the center it is containing nucleus. Okay, so here in plant cell, okay, if it is animal cell, outer membrane is the plasma membrane, and in the middle it is containing nucleus. So between nucleus and plasma membrane it will contain a jelly like substance called cytoplasm. Okay, so cytoplasm means, what is cytoplasm? Jelly like substance. What is cytoplasm? Jelly like substance present between plasma membrane, this is plasma membrane, and this is nucleus. So jelly like substance present between plasma membrane and nucleus is known as cytoplasm. Okay, inside, in the center it is containing dense round spherical body known as nucleus. Okay, so normally nucleus means it will contain chromosomes, or chromosomes which are genetic material. During, we can see these chromosomes appear during cell division only. Other than the cell division, it contains round mass known as nucleolus. Okay, chromosomes are the thread like structures present inside the body of the cell, inside the cell. Okay, now let's see the differences between plant cell and animal cell. Okay, I think we all can see the video. Two structures, one structure is plant cell and another one is animal cell. Okay, this is plant cell, this is animal cell. Okay, so you see the parts differences you can see easily. That is, plant cell it is containing cell wall, but animal cell wall is absent. So first difference is, in plant cell is containing cell wall and animal cell wall is absent. This is the first difference. Coming to the second difference, you can see chloroplast. See, in between this vacuole, that means in the cytoplasm it is containing chloroplast, that is chloroplast, but we cannot see chloroplast in the animal cell. Okay, so first difference is, cell wall is present in plant cell and cell wall is absent in the animal cell. Plant cell will contain chloroplast, animal cell chloroplast is absent. Now coming to the third difference, vacuole in the plant cell it is very big, at the same time vacuole in animal cell it is small. Okay, so vacuoles in plant cell are big or large, and vacuoles in animal cell are small. These are the three major differences between plant cell and animal cell. Okay, once again I am repeating, plant cell cell wall is present, that means plant cell is covered with outer structure, outer membrane called cell wall. In animal cell wall is absent. Chloroplast is present in plant cell, chloroplast is absent in animal cell, and plant cell will contain large vacuole. Vacuoles present in animal cell are small. Okay, so this is differences. Now coming to the, see, based on, see, in both plant cell and animal cell it is containing nucleus. Is it? Nucleus is present. In some cells, nucleus is covered with a membrane called nuclear membrane. Such type of cells are known as eukaryotic cells. That means, and that organisms are known as eukaryotes. The organisms in which nuclear membrane is absent, such type of cells are known as prokaryotic cells, and such organisms are known as prokaryotes. Okay, once again I am repeating, if a cell, see, this is cell, if you think. Okay, this is cell, this is the plasma membrane, in the middle it is containing nucleus. Okay, yes, no, nucleus, plasma membrane. Okay, so this is cytoplasm. If nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear membrane, if it is surrounded by a nuclear membrane, that means if there is a wall which separates the cytoplasm and nucleus, such type of cells are known as eukaryotes. And in the cells which nuclear membrane is absent, if nuclear membrane is not present, direct nucleus is there, so there is no any wall between the cytoplasm and nucleus, such type of cells are known as the prokaryotic cells, and such organisms are known as prokaryotes. Okay, So this is the completion of our unit 8 cell structure and its functions.